Hey guys, it's Alex. We'll see who comes on at 9 o'clock in the morning Eastern. Brand new fresh day, and start talking about what's on my mind and what I was thinking about, because I see a lot of new people in the group, right? Let's see here, get to a spot where I can sit down. So as you guys come on, announce where you're from, and we'll have a little sit-down chat here in the morning. So as you're coming on, just say where you're from, and I will talk to you about the truth about success in this business, and something that we all have to go through before we become successful. Let's see, we're going to get anybody on the line. There we go, we got some people. Say where you're from, guys. Where are you from? Where are you from? What market are you flipping in or trying to flip houses in? What market are you from? Good morning. All right. I wanted to talk to you as well about obviously what we've been posting in the group. I was checking to see what you guys think about posting deals in the group. Baltimore in the house. How you doing, Josh? What you guys think about posting deals in the group? And it seems like we've got a mixed response, but people have definitely made money from it. So that's a good thing. So give me a thumbs up if you like that. Also, as far as what was the other question that I had? You know, posting deals in the group, as well as posting... Man, I can't even remember the other question I had. Kimberly, what's up? How's it going? Good to see you. Appreciate the thumbs up. Good morning. Fresh in the morning, right? But as Jacksonville, how's it going? As you're coming on, say where you're from. Give me a thumbs up. Let me know you're here. Fresh in the morning, ready to go, ready for success, right? But I was thinking about, you know, when I was a newbie at this, when I was fresh, when I was brand new, the feeling I had, I had attempted some Oklahoma City. I had attempted some rehabs. I had gotten to a mess of rehabs, I guess you could say. And I remember when I first stepped out to the point where I was like, okay, I'm going to market for motivated sellers, right? And I think I put an ad in the paper is what I did. Hey, Melanie, how's it going? Emilio, how's it going? Juliander, how's it going, man? New Jersey. Juliander Berry. Actually, looks like you're a ma'am. Sorry about that. I put the marketing out there, and I started getting calls, and I said to myself, oh man, what happens if I get a contract? James, how's it going? What happens if I actually get somebody who wants to sell their property? What am I going to do, right? Joe Taylor, what's up? What am I going to do? And see, Alex Locklear, what's up? I'm like, I don't know what I'm going to do if I get this property under contract. How in the world am I going to find somebody that's going to take this off my hands? Yes, Joe, I got the clean shave going on. I even got the 1-800 Fair Offer shirt going, right? So I look like I work, right? I look like I got a job. I look professional. Joe Taylor also in the 1-800 Fair Offer licensee. So cool. So yeah, I shaved. So yeah, I'm sorry, my thoughts are all over the place. Salt Lake City, how's it going? Good to see you. So I'm at the point where I'm like, okay, I get a contract, now what do I do? And it was almost like a lost feeling, right? I'm trying to relate what it's like. It's almost like you're going out onto a boat and out into the middle of the ocean, and you feel like you're out there all by yourself, and you don't know what direction to go, right? So you got the property under contract, great, but now what? It's like, I don't know if it's a deal, I don't know who to potentially contact if I want to sell my contract. I don't know where to go from here, right? And that is a hard feeling to deal with. You ever had that feeling? If you have, give me a thumbs up if you've had that feeling in the past. And I'm going to explain to you exactly why that is, okay? Because whatever you do, whatever it is you are going to be approaching or doing that's worthwhile, you have to have those difficult times happen, okay? Things have to be difficult. Things have to be hard. And you have to put in your dues, is what it's called, okay? It's something that you cannot escape. You have to put in your dues in order to get up the mountain for success, right? It seems sometimes, right, that it's like, man, everything just goes so right for that person, right? It just seems like they implement a marketing campaign, and all of a sudden they're getting all these kinds of deals, and the phones are ringing, and they're making hundreds of thousands of dollars off this one campaign or idea that they implemented. So why is that? Well, I'll tell you the answer. And the answer is because they've put in their dues, right? They've taken the time to put their blood, sweat, and tears into this to make it work. And unfortunately, there is no shortcut to success and avoiding all of that goes into it. You have to put in your dues. You have to have that uncomfortability. You have to have that feeling, okay? Because it's like this, and there's good news to this, right? The good news is that once you put in your dues, you can then implement a campaign, and then all of a sudden, you make a ton of money from it. Or you can get a property under contract and sell it like that, right? So if I get a property under contract, I'm at the point where I could send a text message and I could sell the contract like that. Because I've put in my dues, right? I've put in the hard work. I've invested myself emotionally. I've invested myself mentally. I've had the times where felt like I was struggling, where I felt like I was lost, right? Out in the middle of the sea, out in the middle of the ocean, and not knowing where to go. But that is all part of the game, okay? So you have to picture yourself, right? You're on a mountain. You're on a mountain, and you're climbing the mountain, right? And when you're starting to climb the mountain, and this is very similar to how it is when you get in this business, right? You start to climb the mountain, and it's not that hard, right? It's not that hard as you start going up. You're excited. It's a new thing you're going to do. You're going to conquer this mountain. You got all these good feelings and thoughts, and you've got your why in front of you or ahead of you, and your why says, I'm going to do this because I want to I'm going to get financial freedom for me and for my family, and I'm never going to have a boss telling me what to do anymore, and it's going to be great, right? When you start climbing that mountain, that's how that happens. But then what happens along the way? As you start climbing, you start encountering rocks, and you start encountering trees, and you start encountering rough trails, and you start encountering things that maybe make you think, maybe I didn't want to climb this mountain. Maybe this isn't what I wanted to do. Maybe this difficulties that I'm having here is telling me that I need to get off the mountain and just go home and go back, right? You ever felt that way? If you have, give me the thumbs up. Some hearts, some likes, loves, all that good stuff. If you felt that way. Okay, because I felt that way when I started in the business. And whenever I try something new or engage in something new, I feel that way, right? Because it's all part of the process. You start climbing that mountain, and then all of a sudden, those difficulties come along. The unshore trails come along, the rocks, the cliffs, all that kind of stuff. And as you go up the mountain, the bad news is it gets harder. There's more things you have to overcome. There's more problems and situations that you have to encounter. It's all there. And you know where it's the hardest? At what part of the mountain? As soon as you're about to get to the peak, as soon as you're about to get to the top, it's the hardest, right? Because it's the steepest. You just don't know what's next. Are you almost to the top of the mountain? You got the most uncertainty at that point. But once you break past that, and once you get to the top of the mountain and the summit, like you said there, Sarai, once you get to the summit, that's when you know you've got it. And you know what? When you're going down the mountain, that's when things get easy, right? On the way down the mountain, that's when things get easy. That's when you're at a point when things start to click and things start to work and you get that deal under contract and you can send a text message and if you wanted to sell that contract. That's when that $30,000 contract comes in. That's when all of a sudden things start working for you that you didn't think was going to happen. But you know what? You've earned it. You've paid your dues. You've put in the hard work. You've put in the hard time and you've earned it. Okay? So if you think you can be successful in this business without putting in that time, without putting in that effort, it's not realistic. Now, the good news is there are people that have already climbed that mountain. There are people that have already taken those steps. There are people that have already blazed through those trails. People that have already know where those cliffs are. People already know what those trails are. And they can help you, right? And so those people are called mentors. People that you can turn to for help like that. Okay? But you're still going to have to go through the hard part. And the hard part is climbing the mountain and going through that hard stuff so that you can earn it, so that you can put in your dues, so that you can now stand at the top of that mountain and then earn your way on the way back down. And that is the truth to success that a lot of people won't tell you, or it may not sound the best. It may not sound like something that's exciting, and it may not sound like something that you want to embark on, but it's the truth, and it's something that you need to know if you want to succeed. You have to put in your time. You have to put in your dues. You have to get uncomfortable. And you can when you make it to the top of that mountain and you're on your way down, that's when things get easy. That's when those big checks start coming in. But you've earned it. You've put in your dues, and you've and you're on that point where now things will be a lot easier for you. But you have to put in that time. And remember, you can look to the mentor who's been there before, done that, got the t-shirt, and he can help you along the way. Hey, also, and the reason why I thought of this, right? The reason I thought of this is because I was, when we do like a new marketing campaign, or we do something else, or we do, we look into doing different things, I've already put in the time and the effort. So then when I do a different marketing campaign and I get a different leads or lead sources and things like that, I can easily turn that over into money. And I was like, because I could give you a marketing campaign, right? I could say, man, this marketing campaign is great. This thing is awesome. You just turn this on and you're going to get leads and you're going to make a bunch of money. Yes, you are going to get leads. Yes, you can make a bunch of money, but for you to think you can avoid all the difficulties and things that go along with getting to the top is unrealistic. So I was just thinking, why some people can just do things and then boom, it's easy, right? But it's because you've already been there. Like, for instance, local market knowledge. When you understand a market and when you understand the way it works and you understand the different pockets in the neighborhoods and things like that, those are things that are hard to just impart to somebody unless you've been there, and unless you understand the local market knowledge, unless you understand all of that, you and the only way to understand that is through experience and through going out there and putting in that time and understanding what's going on in your different local markets and stuff like that. So those are things you have to educate yourself on. Those are things that you have to put in your time, and only somebody local can definitely help you with something like that. But hey guys, I wanted to give you this this message. And again, whenever I talk to you guys about this stuff, I'm talking back to myself. I'm throwing it back at you, but you know, as I'm talking to myself and I see myself in the phone, it reflects and comes back to me, right? That's the awesome thing about this. So as I talk to you guys, I'm talking to myself. It reiterates it to myself, and it's something that benefits the both of us, right? So I appreciate you guys in the group. I wanted to see how this would go at 9 o'clock in the morning. We could try it again at 9 o'clock in the evening to see how many people we can get on. Like I was talking about, if we can get, do you think we could get 500 people on this call live? That would just be awesome, because I mean, the energy would just be awesome with what, if you have questions and things like that going back and forth. I mean, that would just be awesome. So let's see if we can get 500 people on this call, and I'll pick the day, maybe next week, a Thursday at 9 o'clock or something like that, when everybody's out of their work and everybody's out of the obligations of the day and all that kind of stuff. I think that would be killer. So let's see if we can do that. And if we could get like 500 people on a call, then I'll give everybody to something that's on the call. But we got to get to 500. So if we can do that, I think that would be awesome. Also, if you, there should be a button below that says like get notified when Alex goes live. Click that too, so that way you get that notification first thing. And I can give you all this good content. So take care, guys. Have a good day and make something good happen. And don't be afraid of the mountain, right? You got to go through that journey. You got to put in your time. You got to put in your efforts to get to the top. And then once you do, it's so worth it, because on the way down, it's easy. The journey gets so much easier, and those checks start coming to you and all that good stuff. Just put in your time, put in the effort. Just know it's worth it. Talk to you guys later.